That's why peanut butter sandwiches are wholly superior to ham sandwiches. Wait, what was I talking about again? Oh wait, that's right. I got a rambling review to fulfill. Okay, for the sake of the review and that really terrible skit at the beginning, um, there's going to be no gameplay footage, um, for two reasons. The first reason being that this is a game that's best enjoyed blind, and I think so even visually. The second reason is I have the PS3 version of this game. Here's the short little clip to prove it. I hope you enjoyed that. Um, but the PS3 is a nightmare to record, so there's no way in hell I'm recording that thing. As for the game itself, it's your typical Persona game. You know, you balance your high school life and your your dungeon hunting, splunking life. You know, it's typical. You have social links. In this game, it's called confidants. You spend time with them. You get new abilities when you rank them up. You have a day. You have 2 slots in your day. You have your day and your night cycle slots, which are the 2 slots in your day. Combat's really good, really stylish. You have this new mechanic called new mechanic, I guess, the gun mechanic, where you have an option between attack, persona, and you just whip out a gun. It's ridiculous. But you can also, interrogate personas and talk to them to pull them onto your team, stuff like that. Make a contract with them, and then you can add them to your compendium and shit. It's like Pokemon, but with demons instead of cute woodland animals. Cute woodland animals? Is that even correct? Okay, it's like Pokemon, but not garbage. But that's really all I have to say about the game. My only issue really is because this game is narrative driven, the typical thing that's seen around in JRPGs, like new game pluses, this is like a common thing for all RPGs, not all, but a good amount. The new game plus feature just kind of feels, like an afterthought in a little bit of a sense, because the game is essentially very narrative driven, and when you go to New Game Plus, you begin to see the huge problem with the game, and that's because it's extremely linear, but it's the bad kind of linear, where it's good the first time around, and maybe one consecutive playthrough where you're just willing to hear the story again, but when you do it over and over, you begin to see that you just do not want to deal with these cutscenes, and the game will fucking railroad you for weeks into these cutscenes. So, like actual in-game weeks in these cutscenes, and you can end up losing opportunities like that. And I think that's just really annoying. But after the first couple of playthroughs, you should be able to plan around it. It's like a band-aid to a bad design, but what you gonna do? I mean, they focused way too much on the narrative. Hell, they had to cut a character out, which I hope they bring back in like the Crimson Edition or whatever, the Phantom Mask, whatever the hell they're gonna call it, the EX edition of some, basically the Persona 5 Golden Edition. The reason why I said Crimson is that would be more logical to call it. But yeah, this review is actually shorter than normal because there's no gameplay to show. I guess I could show screenshots, but that's really it. I suggest you should just go out and play the game yourself, especially if you own a PS3 or a PS4. If you own a PS3, you get a fucking deal, man. You get the game at like way cheaper than the PS4. In the bargain bin, especially as a physical copy, you get it way cheaper than the PS4. I mean, granted, it has frame rate drops and visually it doesn't look as pretty, but hey, whatever. And I mean, in the US, we got the shaft. The PS3 users in the US got the shaft really hard because the PS3 users in Japan got a special edition for the PS3 and the PS4, whereas here in America, we only got the PS4 version. Well, here in America, here in the West, because that's a more accurate way of saying it, we only got the PS4 edition, whereas Japan got the PS4 and the PS3 edition. But the PS3 edition didn't come with all the accolades of what, the PS4 version did. It did come with the soundtrack. It actually came, I think, with a better version of the soundtrack, which came with all of the songs, whereas the PS4 version didn't. So, the PS4 version got half of the shaft in Japan, whereas the PS3 version got the other half of the shaft. So, what you gonna do, honestly? But like I said, you should just go out and buy the game yourself. And it's, again, one of the things you should enjoy blind. So, I'm done here. This review is shorter than normal because no gameplay. I'm repeating myself, I think, at this point. So I'm just gonna have you play me off, Morgana. No, seriously, let's not do that today.